This might be news to you, but Hyundai is not a newcomer to the Indian SUV market. As far back as 2003, it launched the TERRACAN, which had a nice engine, 3 rows of seats and decent off-road ability. But the TERRACAN was undone by exorbitant pricing. Fast forward to 2005 and the Tucson, another well-thought-out SUV that wasn't marketed aggressively enough. So is the third time the charm? Let's find out. The Santa Fe was the first Hyundai to be designed and developed for the American market, and we get the second generation of the SUV, which was facelifted in 2009. It's big and tall, though viewed in profile it seems to sit pretty low, quite like the Audi Q7. It's a well-rounded design with sleek wraparound headlamps, chunky 18-inch wheels and metal roof rails. In fact, it's pleasing, almost elegant to look at, with one notable exception: the oddly placed handle to open the boot, which looks and feels like an afterthought. On the inside, the Santa Fe feels well put together and oozes class. It's a 7-seater with 3 rows of seats, but the third row being tight on head and knee room is best for kids. Up front, both driver and passenger seats are electrically adjustable. The steering wheel is large and comfortable with audio controls, and goodies include a chiller box, climate control, an audio system with in-dash 6-CD changer, aux and USB, including iPod connectivity.
Hyundai is going to bring the Santa Fe into India as a CBU. Now, while that will make it more expensive, the obvious benefit is that we're going to get the same fully spec'd out SUV that's currently on sale in the US and in Europe. What we don't get is automatic transmission, navigation which doesn't work in India, and a sunroof which we don't really need in India. What you also get is one of the safest SUVs that you can currently buy in India. 6 airbags, active head restraints, seatbelt pre-tensioners, and a 5-star Euro NCAP crash safety rating.
That rating is thanks to the Santa Fe's monocoque construction, which though not so rugged, allows for better interior packaging and has obvious benefits in the dynamics department. The underpinnings are based on the Sonata's platform, and the resultant handling is almost like a sedan. Body roll is well controlled, grip levels are superb, and the steering is nicely weighted. And that allows you to really take advantage of the power plant.
Over the past few years, Hyundai has gained a well-deserved reputation for building excellent common rail diesel engines. In fact, in every segment that they're present in the Indian market, their engines are either the best or very close to being the best. And that's the same with this 2.2-litre variable geometry turbo diesel that's in the Santa Fe.
Now 2.2 litres may sound small, but the engine dishes out 197 PS of power and a class-leading 421 Newton-meters of torque. And the performance numbers are downright impressive. 100 from a standing start takes just 11 seconds, and the top speed is a healthy 179 km an hour. Careful driving and liberal use of the Overdrive 6th gear should generate something close to the ARAI certified mileage of 14.66 km per litre, which is pretty good.
But what's really remarkable about the Santa Fe is the refinement. The gearbox feels like it belongs in a sedan. The engine, though very powerful, is very, very quiet. You can barely hear it in this cabin. And this cabin is so well built and put together and so well damped that when you're sitting in here, you can barely hear a thing, other than the excellent music system, of course.
Most big SUV buyers also expect good ride, and on that front, the Santa Fe doesn't disappoint. At low speeds, you may feel the odd bump or undulation, but as speeds increase, the ride improves dramatically. And since the suspension is not too soft, it doesn't pitch and wallow too much on tarmac either. In fact, even when I turned off onto some forest trails, the Santa Fe barely broke a sweat.
Unlike the Toyota Fortuner, which has a full-time 4-wheel drive system, The Santa Fe uses an on-demand four-wheel drive system. What that means is most of the time it's the front wheels that are doing all the work, and the transmission will send power to the rear wheels as and when required. You can lock it in four-wheel drive mode up to a speed of 40 kilometers an hour, at which point it will revert back to two-wheel drive. It does not have diff locks or low ratio, so what that really means is while you can take it down the odd country road or two, if you're planning to do any kind of hardcore off-roading, this is not the SUV for you.
Hyundai is determined to make its third attempt at cracking the Indian SUV market succeed, and as a result, the pricing is aggressive. The fully loaded four-wheel drive model costs just 22.9 lakhs ex-showroom Delhi, which is not too far away from rivals like the Toyota Fortuner and Chevrolet Captiva.
If you tuned into this road test expecting to find a hardcore go-anywhere off-roader, you're going to be disappointed, because tackling the Raid de Himalaya or massive sand dunes is still an exercise best left to the Pajero or even the Fortuner. The Santa Fe is a soft-roader and it's proud of it, so it's comfortable, fully loaded, has a fabulous engine and drives almost like a car. But isn't that what 99.99% of SUV buyers in India actually want? This is an SUV that I wouldn't mind driving every day. In fact, I'm going to head back now and ask Hyundai if I can keep it for a little while longer because I'm having so much fun with it.